Welcome to the Real Big Deal Sports Podcast. Me, the crustacean, Spencer, and with me...
It's your friend, it's your boy, it's Ben. Hi.
It's the social algorithm back again. We got the full agenda today, fellas.
So for today, obviously football happened yesterday, but here's the layout.
Yeah, sure did.
I mean, come on now.
And it really did.
Come on now. And what a game it was. Super weird, socially distanced game. Andy Reid spitting into his face mask. I'm just going to shout out real quick our social channels for anyone listening. Going to plug them real quick. Twitter. Go follow us at The Real Big Deal 8. PR team is tweeting daily, constantly, hourly. Amazing stuff. We got some stuff about Andy Reid. Daft Punk that you're going to want to check out. We got retweeted last night. Big things are coming. Instagram at The Real Big Deal. Brass tacks as it comes. Follow us. We're posting schedules, content, what we think, what we like, what we really don't like about each other daily. So hit the plugs, hit the socials, and of course subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe below. We'll give you a promo code to our merch that's coming soon. So be ready for that to drop. But for today's episode 4, the layout is post-game analysis with big takeaways from last night's game. Of course, Ben and I have some spins on the wheel of dastardly misfortune.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Wheel of pain, as I like to call it.
Wheel of suffering, some say.
Of course.
Wheel of joy, in my opinion.
Depending on what you get. Really, depending on what you get. After that, we're going to tap into Skip Bayless's discussion about depression. His
Controversy.
Controversy is the better word, honestly. Hate that man for what he said, but I'll tell you later why we all hate him.
Or do we?
I mean, it's all a spectrum.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Right, you'll find out. I don't want to spoil it for myself. So after that, we're going to play our classic Would You Rather. Social says he's got something big brewing for us.
Oh my god, you guys' craniums are going to fucking melt on this one, fellas.
Absolutely terrified. After that, we're going to preview a few games that we like this coming weekend and then bust a few players involved.
I'm going to say on this week, bust a lot.
I might bust everyone.
Everyone
in the vicinity is going to
I might have to tell this to the viewers right away. I busted a lot last night for hours.
That's output.
That's true.
That's
there was a certain Mr. Hill in the end zone that caused to an eruption that I witnessed firsthand.
Socials popped into my room last night, 2:30 a.m. I was still busting.
I literally saw Andy Reid and I busted right away.
With that face mask.
Busting as well.
That face mask was clearly to shield from your buzz.
It was something.
So after that, we're gonna go right into bets for next week, and then
we got some surprises coming.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much. So with that, let's dive into our first segment, post-game analysis, big takeaways. Box score, let's just toss it out right now. 34-20, Chiefs over the Texans. Did you guys think this was going to come to fruition, or was this a surprise to any of you?
This was kind of to my idea, I guess. I think I did predict a little bit higher scoring. But, there was a touchdown taken away in the first quarter. Deshaun didn't look great.
Right.
So, I think it's a pretty even score.
Yeah, so Patty Mahomes, he had a big day, or, a good day, up to his standards.
Overrated.
Oh, please, okay. With 211 yards and 3 TDs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the hype was real. 25 touches, 138 on the ground and a touchdown. David Johnson, we talked about that a little bit last week.
7 yards per carry.
7 yards per carry.
carry.
Fantasy owners love that. He had 11 touches, 77 on the ground, a touchdown.
I heard actually they're calling him El Siete in Houston these days.
Really? Did they actually call him that?
I call him quick.
Really? Yeah.
Can't walk anywhere without hearing that shit.
He's catching fire. So 3 catches, 32 yards in the air. Let's talk about first Deshaun Watson looking shaky without his elite receiver DeAndre Hopkins last night.
Okay, yes, he did. He was creative though.
He was.
I'll give him that. He was creative in that backfield. He was really dancing around that sideline all game.
Right.
But I will emphasize his O-line looked egregious. Not a great look. He didn't have any time to throw. He didn't have any time to wait for his deep threat guys to really get down there.
Right.
Doesn't really have a route runner to pass to.
No.
I don't know. Definitely upped his stats in garbage time.
Right.
Oh my god.
But wasn't a competitive game.
So let's talk about one piece that he had to utilize aside from David Johnson, Will Fuller. The guy had 10 targets last night, 112 yards, fantasy owners, can we trust that, or was that all garbage time?
I like it.
Really?
I like it. I mean, 10 targets, 8 catches. That's a good ratio. I'm looking at 112 yards. I mean, he seemed like the only guy playing football for Deshaun.
Right, exactly.
He was the guy really putting in effort besides David Johnson. So I think Will Fuller might be here to stay.
Brandon Cooks looked like a non-factor last night. 2 catches, 20 yards. Really couldn't, get anything going with that strong pass defense by the Chiefs. Are we just going to let him go? Are we going to, leave him to the waivers, or should we stash him and keep him?
I think it's a tough game to measure up people, though, because Deshaun had such a nightmare of a game.
Right.
Didn't really get too many yards. I mean, these guys didn't have time.
Right.
To really show what they had.
You hate to point the blame finger, but I'm looking at this O-line for the Texans. Not sure if I see anything at all.
I literally saw nothing.
Yeah.
The guys were just running right at Deshaun. Deshaun was scrambling out of the pocket right away.
Right.
He had no time. I mean, the O-line needs to improve now.
Interesting little tidbit, fun fact, factoid. Last year, Deshaun, one of the highest sacked quarterbacks in the league, sacked so bad the man's lung collapsed, couldn't get on a flight to go to the next game, had to literally bus it to the next game, because if he was too high in the air, that lung would explode.
He might have busted by choice, though. Busting is a thing.
I mean, the man had the bus to himself, so you gotta believe he's busing in the back row.
That's a lot of square feet for one man.
Exactly.
That's true.
You can bust as far as you want in that when you have the whole thing to yourself. So, are we worried about him staying healthy this year? Should fantasy owners take a backup quarterback because he was hit so many times last night?
I think you got to. I mean, you look at the Chiefs, especially with the pickup of Osemele.
Yeah.
The man's a brick wall. You got to wonder why Houston's not in the market for someone like that.
Right. And
it seems like it's not a priority for them to protect this guy.
Exactly. I mean, the guy just got paid second most in the league, and you're not.
Does he deserve that money? Is a better question.
Exactly. Now that we're looking without DeAndre, sans DeAndre, I'm scared. I did it. So
Sans,
we've been trying to throw in some more elaborate words. Sans was high on our list. Comment below what word you'd like to hear.
We're getting up in the Spotify educational algorithm this
Right.
way, just gaming the system.
We're trying to make this a for kids palatable show, so
that a Harvard professor could also listen.
Exactly. We want them to
This
throw
is an
it
educational program.
We're waiting for that PBS money. I have a contact.
Exactly.
I don't want to spoil anything. I'll be pursuing it and updating.
I'm gonna need that.
Bethany, get me that info.
Bethany, email me right now. Just whatever you think.
Where is his email?
Bethany, email me whatever you'd like to say.
Bethany, I'm refreshing and I see nothing.
And where's my Fiji water?
The cleanest water this side of the Mississippi.
Write that down. So, biggest takeaway from this, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, RB1?
Say it with your chest, bro.
RB1.
That's an RB1.
Fun little factoid of my own for you guys on this one.
Okay.
Hate to say it, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 7 missed tackles, forced on runs, is tied for the best ever
Wow.
from a rookie RB in week 1.
You have got to be kidding me.
That's a good stat.
I just said 1 about 8 times in
You
that
did.
sentence.
That's why
he's an
concerned me a
RB1.
little
Did
bit.
socials just drop the hottest stat of the
That
night?
might be a stat check.
We're multifaceted here at the social team.
Stat check. Bethany, get on that. I don't trust socials with these numbers.
God, Bethany, what the fuck?
But
Let's dive into him.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 carries, 138 yards, 5.5 yards per touch, had 1 rushing touchdown.
we saw that long
0
run.
receiving yards.
That is the most interesting part.
do you think?
He looks like a receiving back, though, which is weird that he didn't get any catches. Is that something we can kind of pass off?
I mean,
as
he
part
only
of...
had 2 targets, but
He
he
didn't
didn't
have-
catch either.
Right,
And I remember clearly Mahomes threw one well behind him.
right. I mean, the man is 5'7". You're
He's
not going to
playing
expect
with
him
an
to.
average quarterback, so he's not going to get his money.
I mean,
I don't like
it's
the sound.
Mahomes' fault.
I don't like the sound of that. Look, the man's 5'7". You can't be throwing him, crazy balls. He doesn't have very much range. But he got 2 targets. So PPR leagues, don't worry. Owners, don't worry. The man will get targets. He will get catches. Those 0.5 points, those full points, if you're a psychopath playing that league, they'll come through. They'll come in.
Let's talk about what he did do, though.
Okay.
He looked shifty out there.
He did.
He was breaking tackles. The guys, I was looking at his quads most of the night.
Yeah.
I don't know about
I
you guys.
could not look away from
I thought they
that
were
man's
greased up.
quads.
I
You
thought
could
they were
see
greased
the
up.
quads throbbing with every step.
You really could.
It's 100%er.
I'm getting some Saquon quads off this man. I'm going to say it. It's
I like
early.
it. I literally said the exact same thing
So
last
those
night.
quads are powerful, but they weren't powerful enough to be an end zone kind of guy.
Right.
He
Talk
really
about
didn't
that.
get any yards gained in the red zone, I'd say. He was just stuffed up at the goal line
Right.
over and over and over.
He's not
They
a
kept
goal line
feeding
back,
him.
let's be honest.
He's not a
He's
goal line
not.
back.
He's not. He's too small for that.
Open
Which is a
field,
concern.
though, I am touching this man.
Open field, this man is an absolute nightmare to tackle. What are you going to do? The man can cut on a dime. He's smaller than you, but he can also break a tackle.
He's smaller than you, but he's also shorter than you.
It's like if a Volkswagen Bug just had a kid with a Hummer.
Where the bottom half is just so thick and greasy, and the top half
Diesel fuel.
The top half is just open air. It's like
Italian villas.
Exactly. You could smell a breeze as he runs by you. So perfect.
25 touches. Do we see that being consistent? Do you think that's a little high?
Well, you know what's not high is the amount of money Manscaped kind of threw my way the other day. It was kind of interesting. I kind of went to my, like you said, Italian villa in Sicily.
That is in Italy.
It was a nice getaway. The vineyards were amazing, and I was thinking about Edwards Hilaire.
But were you thinking about inviting us?
It was
I
me and Bethany had to get away.
I don't know about you, Dex. I didn't hear about this man.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
Me and Bethany had to get away.
You know what, that's fair enough. Bethany's a great little,
You mentioned you mentioned she gave you her Fiji water last pod. I was like,
Bethany.
Bethany.
She's playing favorites here. I'm not sure about Bethany anymore.
I was Bethany. Oh, are you gonna fire her?
I'm gonna tune her out for this week.
Oh. So back to your original question.
Let me bring up a topic here.
The touch is gonna be there all year.
I like it. You know why I like it is because the Chiefs are gonna be up most of the time. I can never really see them being down, and they can never be out of a game. So they're always having the run game a factor. You don't have to worry about them like the Jags, where they're never gonna score. The Chiefs will always be in a game or winning. So running is always gonna be part of the game plan. So I love it. Touches. Touch the man.
We gotta bring it up, fellas.
Bring it.
Moment of unity.
No.
I don't think I
Socials
saw
were
where that
exploding
line
about it.
started,
It's my
where that
job to
line
bring it
ended.
up. We gotta bring it up.
It was the longest line I've seen in my life.
It was a line.
It was great. It was beautiful.
I thought it was great. I don't know how Andy Reid got himself so close to the middle for the photo
It
opportunity.
really was.
It's like
He was the
J.J.
centerpiece.
Watt, Deshaun, Mahomes, and then Andy.
I mean,
Look,
the man takes up so much surface area already. No matter where you place him, he'd be the median anyway.
He got in there. I'm going to go ahead and give the fans benefit of the doubt, and they want to see Tyreek there, not Andy Reid. That's all that
That's
matters.
fair. That's fair.
well,
There's controversy.
Actually, I don't know about that.
There's controversy around that.
Andy Reid is a handsome man.
Yeah.
God, that stat.
There's certain people
that
really
stash,
into
that walrus ass stash, the face mask,
W.A.M.
that fogged up face mask looked delicious
It
last
gave me
night.
nightmares all day.
He's a man of mystery. I said it before.
I want to season my chicken with that face mask.
This is perspiration.
The perspiration from that face mask. I want to season my chicken.
One more social highlight to bring up for you guys. D-Hop, post-game, hits Twitter. One word. Grateful.
Wow.
Bitter.
That is crazy. It's just crazy to me that a man, after he leaves something that's been so good to him, that gave him his career, can be so disgustingly inappropriate.
That is over the top.
It's disgusting.
It's really bad.
DeAndre
I need to
Hopkins?
throw some ice water on that.
Look, the man is on my fantasy team. He's my best friend, to say the least. But I'm going to tweet at him after this. I'm going to say, you delete that tweet right now, or I'm benching you this week.
Ooh.
I like that.
I'm benching you this week.
What's the thought behind that? Are we wanting him to show respect, or?
I want him to show respect to
Okay.
everything that Bill O'Brien has done for him, even though he did toss him away for some chump change.
And run a pretty terrible offense for him.
Right. Even though
But I'm with you.
Even though Bill O'Brien has absolutely no idea what he's doing in the coach's seat.
There's one more thing that Spence, I think we got to go to you for this one.
Yeah.
I heard there's some carnage on the social battlefields.
Look, I just want to quickly call out someone on Twitter @NValerian. You and I went back and forth last night before that game. I tweeted out, "Here comes David Johnson. He's about to remind everyone who he actually is," and you scoffed at my assertion. You
That
scoffed
is
at it.
Twitter aside.
And
Can't be doing that.
The only person that liked your response was someone that had in their bio that they have a 1.7 GPA. What does that tell you?
His mind's focused on the game.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Are you taking
I'm not
sides?
picking sides. I'm not
You're
picking
taking
sides.
sides.
I think
I'm
we need
just
to-
saying.
Regardless, and Valerian,
I love that answer.
And Valerian, you were wrong, and I'm giving you one opportunity right now.
Let's give this man a shot.
The real big deal is inviting you to come on the podcast
Exclusive.
and
offer.
right your wrongs. And if you do not, RBD takes the dub on that one.
Yeah,
We're gonna throw
tally that up.
We're
Yeah.
gonna throw him on the wall of shame. Victims
Victims.
of our PR girth.
So please come on the show.
Please come on the show.
Very excited to have you.
Yeah, it'd be
Have your
great.
Segment.
Oh my god.
Bethany has a Fiji water
T-shirts.
written
Yeah,
with your
Bethany,
name.
get that email out there already.
Send him an email. Tweet him at PR team. Tweet him at nvalerian. See if he wants to come. Send him a gift box in our name.
By gift box, we mean invitation to a thorough and righteous destruction, right?
And a side of a Cabernet, a gentle Sauvignon.
A classy affair.
A gentle Sauvignon.
So
I like
classy.
We need to butter him up.
Who else is buttering up haters these days?
Yeah, exactly.
Not Bethany.
I'm taking the Ali approach here.
That's a 2028 move by RBD.
With that, we're going to tap into our next section, something that I really don't want to jump into.
Something that I cannot wait to vibrate into.
I've been vibrating in bed out of fear for this next session.
I didn't sleep last night. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the dastardly spin off of the wheel of dastardly misfortune.
Let's run through the bets from last week. Just get
Yeah,
up
let's
to
recap
speed
it.
here.
So for me personally, I bet that Travis Kelce is going to get a touchdown, which the man did, and spike that ball. I tweeted at him. I pleaded at him. I said, Travis Kelce, you better spike that ball. And guess what the man did? He did do a dollop of daisy drop with that ball.
Not a spike. I don't think there's any.
He sour creamed the ball.
I knew that was going to hahappen, so I threw the bet out there.
I can't
Suckers
believe-
just fell for it.
What I did was I tweeted at him. Sorry, PR team tweeted at him.
You don't have time for that.
Right, exactly. I'm like way too busy with this.
You were in Tuscany.
Exactly. I was in Sicily. Sorry. Right.
My bad.
You know, it's okay. I should have invited you guys. So PR team tweeted at him, Travis Kelce, how dare you not spike that ball? Now
Amongst my many protests.
right, of course.
Right.
Now he's being punished.
Is he?
He has directly punished me as a person, and for that I'll never forgive. So after that, I also bet my own.
That's one
personal
spin for you.
That's
That
one
is
spin.
one spin.
Yeah.
I threw out another bet. I said I did a little cheeky. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will not get 80 plus rushing yards. The man got 138. Needless to say, I'm spinning for that.
You're spinning. And that's 2 spins for Spence. Last Ben,
Let's sum this up with
People
a little bit of
scoff at
Ben
you.
knowledge. This is a PSA, actually. Come prepared next time you come to a podcast. I took
talk
a
to
nap.
me. Don't
I
talk
didn't
to
have
me.
a bet, and I just threw out some nonsense.
Oh please.
And
little
for
did
that,
he
I am
know.
being
He's acting like he
punished.
doesn't even try.
Excuse alert.
Yeah.
I will be spinning.
Ben first quoted, "A player will die." We quickly downgraded that to a season-ending injury.
Right.
And I even begged for just a week injury, but none of those came to fruition. I'm in the hole.
You're in the hole.
I
Down
dug this
two
hole and I
spins.
sit in it.
That's one. What was the other spin?
2. We both bet him on.
No, I just doubled
Right, you
down
just-
on that.
He double dipped.
I
You
double
got,
dipped.
you got double dipped on.
Double
so
backfired.
exactly. So with that, we're gonna give you a little ASMR treatment with you ASMR freaks out there. We know you're watching.
So, according to socials, that's 98% of our demographic.
So everyone, buckle up, and here we go.
Spence for spin. What is that?
AOS!
AOS by far.
That's
the
one of my
worst.
favorites.
I think
incredible.
that's easily the worst one. on this-
And just to make sure everyone's aware, we're going to be filming these and throwing them up on our socials. Go check it out. It's gonna be a sight to behold.
I hope everyone's aware the ALS Bucket Challenge was around circa 5 or 6 years ago.
And we are bringing
It back.
I mean, yes.
We're bringing
And
it
a
back.
big one.
I'm gonna get a little tub of ice water dumped on my naked body. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be naked, and it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Let me go for it once.
Okay.
All right, Ben's going up here.
Give it a real spin. There it is.
Lady Luck.
Wow.
Give me
Side.
Gosh,
Stats team, please. Ben, okay, just so everyone's aware, there is one slot on this, and it says free pass. And of course, the 6'5" friend of all gets the free pass. Disgusting this.
We love that. We love to see that.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my second spin. Gods be good. Free pass.
This is a
lying.
So I've been blessed.
You're lying.
I've been blessed. I got the free pass as well.
All right,
So
nice.
I'm only doing the ALS
Let's
bucket
get some
challenge.
content flowing.
Give him the bucket challenge so we can do it duo.
Nervous.
No.
Oh, the pod cover song.
Pod cover
This is the
song.
start of my
Look, the
career.
man wanted the pod cover
I was
song.
begging
The
for
man
this.
got. You got
This is
everything
my
you
platform
wanted.
to get big.
Let's just explain quickly what that means. I don't know.
Okay,
if
so
people know.
what we want is Ben got the pod cover song.
We need to deliberate on this.
Exactly. So essentially, what that means is next pod, Ben is going to be practicing up until next pod a cover song he will We'll have a little intermission either in the front or middle or end. Well, he's just gonna sing his little heart out.
And we're gonna have video of this.
We're gonna have video.
We're gonna give him opportunity to edit his vocals on this.
Right, you can get audio on there.
And we're gonna have a little. I mean, this is a spur of the moment idea. A little top 5.
Yeah.
Best covers of all time.
I like that.
I'm not afraid of that.
You're gonna take the mic.
Of course.
Neither of us.
I'm taking center stage.
This is
I'm
a
taking the
homework
spotlight.
assignment.
We're gonna just let you have the mic.
Okay, let's decide on this song. What are you thinking? I'm sure I'm gonna love whatever comes out of that gorgeous.
I'm not letting you choose your song.
No, we're deciding your song. Let's be
Oh,
obvious.
lordy. Just know my octave range is 4.
Okay.
That's good.
That enters my brain and exits my brain with no knowledge.
That's good on a scale of 100.
Let's just throw out some, similar singers like me.
I want.
Neo.
I want
Usher.
Oh, hello.
These are guys that are in my category.
I need Riri on this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm gonna toss out an idea. Feel free to throw it away. Rude Boy.
Yeah, I love that one.
That actually speaks to me.
Let's do it. It's locked in.
Rude Boy.
Next pod. Stay tuned, fellas. Gonna hear some. Is it some butter or some crispy fried chicken that's gonna be coming out of this mic?
It's a little bit of both. I might double dip on that.
Gorgeous.
It's a scary sight. It's a very aggressive song. Should we give him a little bit of a more singing vibe, like Diamonds by Rihanna?
That is a call out.
That's a call out, and I'm not afraid of that call out.
I think you could do that one.
Diamonds?
Give me anything in the book.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sia, write this down. See if Ben actually is good. I know you wrote that song, so shout out to you. Riri, we're sending this cover to you.
Next
Right.
Tuesday,
She wrote that.
my debut on Spotify, it will be Diamond.
It will be Diamonds. So next segment, we're going to discuss touchy subject.
Let's get a little serious.
Let's get serious. No joking matter here. Some really questionable things said about depression by the infamous Skip Bayless in regards to Dak, someone he loves, someone he trusts. Socials, can you break down exactly what happened?
Let me just shed some light on this here. Basically, Skip Bayless, the human raisin, he was after it again, doing takes today on his show, Undisputed. It is what it is. Obviously a touchy subject these days, mental health and depression. I personally wasn't aware of what had been going on with Dak, who basically came out, Dak Prescott, obviously quarterback of the Cowboys, came out as saying he had been dealing with some mental health issues for a variety of really tragic circumstances that had come over his life. Skip, went back and forth on it, ended up saying some regrettable things, indicating that, a quarterback or a leader of a team can't be showing what he is calling moments of weakness, and which I personally think is moments of bravery.
Right,
and,
100%.
Being self-assured and not insecure.
Being open in front of the public eye like that.
Right.
I mean,
Especially as an athlete who, you're superheroes to some people, You're seen as someone that is a role model, especially a quarterback, a leader of a team, to show vulnerability. It's disgusting that Skip Bayless would even think of something as weak as something like that. It takes so much courage for a normal person, but when you have the spotlight on you, especially Dak, contract year, trying to fight for
on the Cowboys too.
Exactly. America's
A
team,
lot of eyes on this guy.
the most valuable franchise in all of sports. It's shocking that Skip Bayless would take it and spin it that way.
And yesterday was National Suicide Prevention Day. So
Really
bad timing all around.
Really bad timing.
I think it's interesting, especially if think about this in our own lives, when you see someone posting about depression or mental health stuff on social media, it's not an easy thing for people to come out about by any means.
No.
And it's, opening up a lot of vulnerability that I think is important to take out of, make something that people are okay talking about, discussing, and being open with.
Right. And so I think Real Big Deal just wants to kind of send a shout out to everyone listening. We don't support those comments. It's not something that we think is funny. And really, reach out to anyone that you think could be hurting and, in despair, and just let them know that they're with you, and just let them know that Real Big Deal is with you, We'll send you emails and write letters to you. We'll support
Bethany write you fucking letters.
Bethany's going to tweet at you.
Bethany's going to be working 24 hours a night just in case.
Bethany's actually doing runs outside.
Overtime.
Bethany's on a Costco run to get goodies for you right now. So when she gets back, send us your address and we'll have her drop it off. Let's get back into it. Real Big Deal does no playing around here in the office.
I haven't even dreamt about playing around in the past.
I haven't played in years.
I'm drenched in sweat. So let's talk about Would You Rather socials.
some fucking dope intro music better have just played, fellas, because I'm about to melt the contents of your skulls with this one.
Let's do it.
As you recall, just a quick brief recap from last year. Mental space-wise, where are we? We're the GM for a major NFL franchise. And is without further ado, that I'm going to let you know, that's exactly where you are for this Would You Rather as well.
Love that.
It's
I
a
always
brain
envisioned
buster.
myself being a GM.
I'm in the driver's seat.
So this makes sense.
You have a face mask on, you can't see 2 inches in front of you. You're
Good.
fogged up, you're
Good.
Andy Reiding, you know?
Really. Perspiring.
You got your mask on, you got everything. You're in your office. Someone walks in, terrible news. Every single player in the NFL has quit.
Wow.
Everyone on your team is out. You have for one game, you need to fill your starting lineup with either dead or alive, famous rappers or actors.
Wow.
And why? So from each one of you, I want a QB, RB, wide receiver, maybe throw me an O lineman. Who are we going with?
The easiest choice here, let's be 100% real, guys.
This is coming from the man who flip-flop that episode, just everyone's
True.
Facts. Okay, I'm going to own up to
Giraffe
that.
Boy just trotted inside your brain.
I'm signing Giraffe Boy to my team immediately. Look, this is no question. Look, Leonardo DiCaprio's handsome, but Fat Joe
Where are you
can
playing?
get a block.
All right, so you got Fat Joe O-line.
Fat Joe's O-line.
I hate to tell you this, Fat Joe lost some weight.
No, he didn't.
I mean, Beth,
I was gonna put.
Google Fat
I'm
Joe
putting.
weight.
I'm putting 2015 Rick Ross on there as well.
Let me throw out a name.
The man was 300.
My quarterback, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
He's got the height.
No,
He
Quavo.
gets the sport. Quavo.
There's height. Ooh, Blueface can throw the rock.
Fat Joe looking kind of
Looking good.
slim.
Kind of
good.
Mr. Worldwide.
Shout out Joey.
He went from a double XL to like a medium.
I don't know if this man
That's
can
not
be
a
on your
medium,
offensive
That's a
line. I'm
medium.
gonna say it.
That's a medium.
That's not a medium.
Anyway, maybe Fat Joe is the backup. He's the tight end.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
love that.
I'm taking Blueface as my quarterback because he was a college quarterback.
Was he?
He was. Fun fact.
You gotta
There's
be in tune
highlights
with
of
the
him.
culture.
I'm taking Snoop Dogg from
That's
the
my
90s.
pick first off.
Snoop Dogg from the 90s.
Of course. You wind back the clock.
Snoop Dogg from the 90s and Wiz Khalifa as my 2 wide receivers.
Let me back up for a
Whoa.
second. Are you guys both taking rappers, just to be clear?
I'm taking
I'm
rappers.
taking all over the board, I think.
No, you can't. You can't
It's
double
a-
dip.
Definitely
You can't
not an
double
all
dip?
over the
Don't
board.
double dip.
It's a
rappers.
binary
I gotta go
situation.
rappers. I gotta go rappers.
Unless Jamie Foxx is,
Let me toss something out. I love to stoke
Michael
the
B.
fire.
Jordan as a
Dwayne
safety.
The Rock Johnson?
The man was on Miami.
Whoa.
The man played on Miami.
Vin Diesel?
Woo!
The man. Wow.
Let me get that.
That's a whole lot of bald.
That is not a lot of hair and a lot of man meat on the field.
Loving that.
I do like that.
But I'm not going with him.
Whoa.
No.
Wow.
Let me just tell you my running back
Don't
right
do it.
now. NBA YoungBoy.
Ooh.
The man has killed a few people. He does not fear for his life. He's running someone over.
Wow. He's not wrong. You throwing Tekashi on there? Where's he playing?
Takashi could be running back. You saw that little
He's
vine.
he's boasting about his speed lately.
I think he's fast.
I don't know. There also some footage came out of him hitting his asthma inhaler after running.
Wow.
That's besides the point, though. I need that burst of speed.
You're true. You're not wrong.
All you need is a 1-yard plunge at the end of the day.
That's true.
Rappers taking it.
Taking it.
Rappers taking it.
You heard it here
Rappers are
first.
taking
Put an actor in your football team.
You're not gonna
Idiotic,
win.
man.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna win. Look, Leo. Sorry, we're passing.
Leo,
We're passing with you.
we love you for the marketing campaign, but
We loved you in Inception.
Did we ever love him in that?
We loved him in what was that one about him being a flight attendant?
Catch Me If You Can.
Loved him
A
in that.
classic.
Shout out to our viewers. He was not a flight attendant. Moving on.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Shout out to our viewers. He forged all those checks. He was a pilot. All right, so let's dive right into our next segment. We want to preview a few games to you guys upcoming this weekend and throw in a little touch of bust, who we want to, you know what we say here, touch all over, and who we just want to bust. Just continuously bust over.
Let's take a little peek beyond the veil into the future.
Exactly. So let's just talk about a few games that we think are great. Bucks versus Saints.
Jumping off the page.
Jumping off the page.
That's a headliner.
Then we're going to go right into Rams Cowboys for the Sunday night football game. Should be a good one.
Yeehaw.
And then we're also going to tap into the Vikings Packers, a classic rivalry matchup. So let's just hop right into Bucks Saints. Who do we like? Who do we don't like? Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. Emmanuel Sanders now, and then on the other side of the ball
Oh my God.
is a
plethora of running backs.
plethora of running backs. On the other side of the ball is the most handsome man, Giselle's man, Tommy B, and that whole stacked offense. We don't need to even run through it.
I don't know if I can emotionally handle that right now.
So what are we thinking? Who's going to take this one? And then we can dive deeper into the numbers about projections, who we think is going to win, and all that stuff.
I got Saints running away with it.
Really?
I got them running straight
Week
away. Week
How
one.
many losses can your little heart take?
Seriously.
No more.
You're just
No
going.
more.
You're going against the curve. Clearly.
I'm going against the curve.
You're a problem child.
Here's what I see. I see a
what's
Saints
crazy?
defense that was 4th against the rush last year.
Really?
I see them bringing in Janoris Jenkins and Malcolm Jenkins. 2 Jenkins.
Not brothers.
Not brothers.
Ooh,
Both
that
good.
could cause beef.
Right.
We got Marshawn Lattimore still there, Cameron Jordan. This is
Marshawn
a
Lattimore's
real
not who
defense.
he used to
This
be,
is a
though.
real defense.
It's not who they used to be, though.
And Mike Evans is out. For
Do they have that
week one.
safety still that
Mike
accounted for the
Evans,
Minneapolis
you're-
Miracle?
They have Malcolm Jenkins now.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So I see the Saints just running away with it. I see their offense still running at a very high velocity. The Bucs might take some time to mesh. This defense is real, in my opinion, and Mike Evans out.
Mike Evans out, so Chris Godwin owners
Allegedly out. I got faith in Mike.
is
Mike
the
will do it.
it's
Mike-
hamstring. It's hamstring. The man,
I don't think the Bucks take the field without 13 on there.
the man.
They might boycott this.
I
don't know if
boycott the
they can do
game.
it.
So let's just take away some things. Fantasy owners, Chris Godwin owners, you gotta love that. If Mike Evans doesn't take the field, you have to love that. What's the man projected at right now? Do you know?
Who?
Chris Godwin. I mean, for PPR,
I mean, RBD socials are projecting him 18 tutties.
wow,
Big number.
That's a big number.
right. So
Voluptuous number.
So right now, fantasy owners, Chris Godwin, non-PPR, sitting at a 12.2 projection. They're looking at 86 yards, half a touchdown. Do we like that projection, or do we like it even more if Mike Evans sits out?
I do like it more if Mike Evans is out.
Yeah.
I see more volume going his way. Chris Godwin already my projected number 1 receiver to have on this team.
Yeah, of course.
So I think, yeah, he should have a good week, but that's not enough against the Saints.
Right.
You know, the Saints are probably going to put up 4 or 5 touchdowns
Right.
easily.
I don't
Do
know.
I
I
see
think
the
that
Tampa
if
Bay?
Evans is out there, it gives Godwin that secondary role to just go
That's
crazy.
It
also
does.
true.
And Gronk in the mix, you know, he's not exactly the primary target. Might be more of a decoy this week. Try to get him battle ready, acclimated to the game plan and with game flow. So, you know, Chris Godwin might have a lot of free range to roam around and get some catches.
In terms of touch or bust, I'm touching all over Chris Godwin.
Really?
I think, you know, they're going to be down in this game, in my opinion. They're going to have to be throwing the ball. The Saints obviously have a great rush defense. So, you know, Tom Brady's going to air it out, test these guys, see how it flows.
So let's talk about a more controversial topic. I know we talked about him last week, but Rojo, are we touching him? Or are we just kind of letting Bruce Arians take a week to show us what the game plan is, how the spread of touches is going to go with those running backs? Do we, you know, touch any of them, or do we all let them sit? You know, they have Rojo, they have the new Leo Fournette, and of course they have the third down back with Shady. Are you touching any of them, or are you just busting all over 3 of them?
Here's what I'm going to say. I might bust a lot here.
Okay.
You know, we got 3 running backs against a defense that only allowed 91 rush yards per game.
Cameron Jordan.
Exactly, that's a name. And you know, it's a murky backfield. We don't really know where it's going to go. I think Leonard Fournette might be the better play just based off O-line work.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we still don't know these roles. Nothing's verified, so I'm staying away.
Okay, fine. Let's move over to the other team then. Let's talk about Emmanuel Sanders. PPR leagues, especially deep teams like 14-man leagues. Emmanuel Sanders might be in some people's lineup. Do we like where he's projected with a 7-point non-PPR, 46 yards and 0.4 touchdowns? What do we think with Michael Thomas kind of taking a lot of the, you know, attention away? Emmanuel Sanders might have a lot of room to move around, just like the Chris Godwin role on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Emmanuel Sanders probably should get a good couple looks. I
Yeah.
think he might have a chance of getting a touchdown. This Bucs front line is looking good to me, though, Spence.
Right.
So I'm not seeing a lot of rushing. I'm seeing a lot of air yards. So I'm not against Emmanuel Sanders this week.
And then Alvin Kamara, of course. Are we worried about him at all? I know he had a very subpar season last year. wasn't what we were used to. Latavius kind of popped off in his absence, so we could only expect Latavius, has some share in that workload. Do we expect 17, 18 touches, both rush and pass combined, or are we thinking more of an 11 rushing yards, maybe 3 catches for Alvin Kamara?
I'm taking the latter on that one.
Okay.
I think I might be touching and busting at the same time. I don't know. I'm confused.
That is hurting my brain.
Is that even biologically possible?
I think so.
If anyone could do it, it's you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have you film that so we can throw it up on our socials.
Our unrated
That's going up on a
socials.
different social, but I will link you.
It'll actually be used in an educational purpose, the art of touching and busting simultaneously.
But I'm looking at a defense with Ndamukong Suh, JPP, Devin White, Levante David, Shaquille Barrett. These are big guys. Shaquille Barrett, by the way, 19.5 sacks last year.
Rookie.
Led the league.
As a rookie, you can only expect it to go up. I'm expecting 30 sacks from him by week 7.
That is an outrageous take.
So what I want to know is there socially anything on the Saints, on the Bucks?
What are we saying? Are we seeing Tom Brady with his kids yet?
Let me tell you the first story that's jumping out socially here. Gonna actually add some fact behind it this time. Just,
Love that, finally.
Just to titillate those fact taste buds we got
Those
out
fact
there.
freaks listening.
Tom Brady, Drew Brees are the only 2 players playing today in modern NFL that were in the NFL on this day in 2001.
They're old.
We got 2 veteran, grizzly, pliable men.
Plastic. I'm talking older than veteran. We're talking decrepit.
But they're 2 of the best to ever do it. I mean, let's be
That's not
honest.
debatable. That's literally just a plain fact.
It's going to be an interesting matchup.
It's going to be interesting, both coming in with something to prove. They both have chips on their shoulder in terms of Tom Brady and a new scheme. Can he do it without Bill Belichick? Of course, the other side of the story is Drew Brees. Can he still do it is the question.
Mr. Consistent.
Exactly. So both have something to prove. Both want to beat the other, so badly. They just want
beat
to
him badly.
They want to beat him real bad, like as bad as they can beat him, And it's all brotherly at the end of the day. Like Tom Brady's probably gonna plant his lips on Drew at the end of the game.
Oh, Drew.
Are we talking pre and post
Drew,
lip check?
I'm going to need you, Drew. I know you're listening. Go
Don't put
ahead.
your kids to this one.
Sit down, take out a moist towelette, and just windshield wipe that forehead because TB12's succulent lips are coming in and they like to taste the sweet scent of lemon pledge.
That nectar is going to be slurped up by those lips of Tom Brady. Tommy B is coming right for that large forehead of yours. Be prepared. Get your hand towel ready. Don't give him anything.
How else to knock TB12 off his game than have him ingest a chemical substance like
That's
lemon
true.
pledge?
That's
by the
tactical.
way?
That's
Right.
tactical.
Coming from the man who won't eat strawberries, I don't think bleach and whatever else is in that would help.
Bethany
his
actually
ability.
told me that there's a on-field correspondent that will be switching the Gatorade for lemon pledge on the
Ooh.
Bucs side of the field.
About time.
Yeah. So, you can only expect Brady's going to be,
I do have some things to say that I would say in an alternate universe, but, sponsorship-wise, we're good friends with Lemon Pledge.
Exactly.
So I just have to applaud that move.
Exactly. And I'm looking to go back to Sicily sometime soon. So, lemon pledge, that's your plug for the day.
It hasn't been proved to not work for electrolyte replacement.
Right, exactly. Look, you're not going to like yourself afterwards, but during it, you're not going to know where you are.
You're going to be seeing things that no one else is seeing.
You're gonna be able to see the field differently. Great. So hopping into the next game we want to preview, we want to talk about Sunday Night Football, Rams Cowboys. Look, we know the Cowboys are completely stacked offensively and at this point defensively as well. They have the 2 best linebacking tandem in my opinion in the league. I know Ben might differ. So we don't need to talk about that.
Let's move right past that.
Other side of the equation, Rams, not what we're used to seeing with them from their Super Bowl run 2 years ago. Last year, they kind of fell off, didn't make playoffs. Will this be a good match? There's some pieces that we want to unpack fantasy-wise, but let's just talk brass tacks in terms of who's going to take this one. It's at the new, beautiful Rams Stadium, quote-unquote, most gorgeous stadium ever built.
Most gorgeousness ever witnessed.
It's just literally, it's shining bright. Is this going to be an easy game for the Rams, or are the Cowboys going to take this one?
Cowboys taking this one.
Yeah.
No hesitation there.
I want to be enticed, but I'm just seeing Cowboys winning this game.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the Rams, a shell of the former self.
Right.
I don't see them being that good this year. their defense definitely took a hit, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Ty Gurley. We're bringing Cam Akers, though.
They just paid Jalen Ramsey, though.
How do you feel about that? Is it
Look,
worth it?
I like Jalen Ramsey. Look, last year, I'll give you an example. Last year, Marcus Peters was on the Rams, was doing horribly. Got traded to the Ravens, stud. So
it's the defensive scheme.
Exactly, it's a defensive scheme.
They had so many names last year.
Exactly.
And they lost all of them. Clay
Yeah.
Matthews gone.
Clay Matthews is gone. So I don't believe that Jalen Ramsey is a bad person to pay. I just think they need to redo their scheme. But let's talk about, because I think it's just common, universal that the Cowboys are going to take this one. Let's talk about some pieces on the Cowboys that you might want to have fantasy-wise.
Let's do it.
So I'm looking at Michael Gallup here. 66 receptions last year, 1,107 yards, 6 touchdowns. Added a piece of CeeDee Lamb, so that might kind of dip into his target share, or it might, give him more space to run. He's projected for 4.3 catches, 65.9 yards, 0.4 touchdown, and 9.3 non-PPR points. Do we like that? Can we trust that? Do we want that?
I like it. I don't trust it.
Okay.
Michael Gallup, had a lot of targets last year. They just have to take a hit.
Right.
You bring in Amari healthy. You got CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
It's a high-power offense, but Michael Gallup wasn't really the centerpiece. I'd say Amari Cooper outshined him.
Yeah.
Zeke, punches them in left and right. So Michael Gallup with less targets just got to be less productive. I think he takes a hit this year.
I completely agree. And if we just turn over to the bell cow, of course, of Zeke Elliott, I'm looking at his fantasy profile right now. The man has pigtails. The man has pigtails.
Watching
You
the
just don't wanna see
evolution
that.
of what has been on this man's head throughout the NFL, his NFL career, I should say, has been captivating, enthralling, unexpected. It's better than any mystery book I've ever read.
Right. I mean, you just have no idea.
It's a book I don't want to open, though.
I would love to send this to Hitchcock for an adaptation if we had that ability.
I'm actually keeping this book on my shelf, thinking about opening it every day, but fearful.
It's a 3-hour commitment if you dive in.
Exactly. You're going to be too deep in it to close that thing. But let's just talk about brass tacks. The man's projected for about 20 touches, 86.5 yards, and 0.7 touchdowns. You got to believe that's accurate in some sense. Tony Pollard was thought to take maybe a little bit of touches, but come on now. We know who runs this shit.
There's
Zeke's
a boss in
about
town,
town.
and he's got a weird hairdo.
He's got a weird hairdo, but we kind of love it. It's confidence. It's sexy, kind of.
It's hidden behind one of the best O-lines in the league. as well.
Right. So you can't really see the pigtails behind those O-lines. We see Tyron Smith, the 6'7", behemoth, making way for Zeke. So you're not going to get a lot of flashes of the pigtails. People won't make fun of him for it because you won't be able to see it. You got to believe that this man will get you at least 15 on Sunday.
Another thing you gotta believe. Offensive line, protecting this man, they're having nightmares as we speak.
Oh, I mean, let's say the name.
I don't actually feel comfortable saying it.
Right.
In
fear.
case he's gonna crash in here like
Yeah.
a Kool-Aid man. Aaron Donald is
Right.
a scary person.
Right. I mean, Bethany tried to tweet at him. The tweet was blocked.
His tweets are actually hand selected by Goodell, who gets through to him.
Right.
I almost got mad at Bethany for that one, too.
Right.
I think just don't tweet him.
Zuck,
Don't anger the bear.
right. I think Zuck had something to do with blocking that tweet at Aaron Donald because he knew that it would only bring us misfortune. So shout out Zuck. Thank you for protecting us. We will not make that mistake again. Aaron Donald is going to be a nightmare for the Cowboys, but I think they have enough to kind of stifle him to allow Zeke to roam
I'm
free.
saying-
Everyone
Triple team.
says that, and then he teleports through your offensive line.
It's true.
He's going to get there. He's going to get there.
I've been scouting this guy on Hard Knocks, and I think this actually might be romantic love that I'm feeling. He's a beast.
Is this your too personal take of the week?
That's a touch.
It might be. AD, I know you're wifed up and have 2 kids and are happily married, but if things ever fall apart, we'd love to have you on the show.
No one has to know. So to take it back to fantasy purposes, those are 2 names. Interesting. Obviously, you've got Amari. That shouldn't be no question. Either a flex or wide receiver 2, depending on what your situation is.
Amari, why weren't you this good in Oakland, man?
That's true. I mean, he just wasn't happy there, but that's another subject.
Has anyone ever been happy there?
That's right.
I
Man.
mean, I don't know
It's
anymore.
questionable, honestly. Josh Jacobs loves it. Come on now.
God,
Jay Gruden probably loves it.
Joe Gruden, yeah, John Gruden loves that. Let's just talk about the other side of the ball. Just if there's any names you want. Obviously, there's question marks with who's going to get the backfield carries from Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson. stuff like that. So I heard there was a story that came out. Sean McVay actually said if Darrell Henderson is ready to go on game day, it's going to be a three-pronged approach. So
Yeah, I mean, Malcolm
It's
Brown
what he
is
said
there as
last
well.
year, and Darrell Henderson didn't see any burn.
interesting. So you might be fluffing.
He could be. I think he's just throwing up he's trying to do a Belichick, throw up as little information
Right.
as he can with those. Yeah.
So you think Sean McVay's going to ride with Cam Akers? Or you think he's going to get maybe 10 touches total?
I think, yeah, somewhere around 10 this week, especially because I think they're going to be down. The Cowboys going to put up some points this week.
Right.
Which is why I think Michael Gallup is a feasible play because, there's touchdown potential all over the board.
Right. So let's just talk about wide receivers real quick. There's
do it.
Kupp that went, got maybe top 7 last year.
Top 5.
He's
Was
a
top
wide
5?
receiver too. I mean,
Okay, yeah. So do we feel comfortable with that? Do we want to play him? Like, no question? Or is someone else you'd slot in besides him?
I have a couple things to say about Cooper Kupp.
Talk to me.
He is one of the most undervalued guys out there.
Wow.
He continuously gets hurt. Which
Undervalued
is great,
alert.
Not great, but he always performs and always ends up very high in the touchdown department.
He does.
It's not something you can slight. Robert Woods there, great guy, but not the touchdown threat that Cooper Kupp is.
He's not.
no.
Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp got this connection that runs deeper than football.
I heard that man has him over.
How
for-
much deeper is the question?
Look, I heard Jared Goff has Cooper Kupp over for Bolognese.
Have you seen Jared Goff actually has a golf course in his backyard, like a mini golf?
Does he really?
Yeah,
disgusting.
He was on Hard Knocks.
It's a little much.
The social team is doing research and let me know.
Social team, get us an invite to that, actually. All right, so last game we want to touch on is the Packers versus Vikings. So, Aaron Rodgers versus, Kirk
Or
Cousins.
Jordy.
Or Jordy. What?
I don't know. Jordan Love.
Jordy Love. That's right. They did draft him. Was it first or second round? I can't remember. Regardless, it was a high
It was
pick.
too high.
It was too high. But anyway, it is one of the two versus our boy, Kirk Cousins.
Can I just say, I know Aaron Donald, I'm sorry to cheat on you already. I love Kirk Cousins.
Wow.
I love his attitude.
I like his attitude
If he
too.
dies, he dies.
Right.
I mean, that's just a fact. He
That
just
is a
laid out
fact.
perfect
I mean,
path for
I
us.
can't think of a better quote coming out from a quarterback.
Right. So we know both these teams have history, playoff-wise. They've gone back and forth. So this could be considered a rivalry. Let's talk about just brass tacks. Who's going to win this one, and then touch or bust a few players.
Let's do it. I'm just going to jump in.
I'm going to jump in.
Jump in before me. Test those waters.
I'm actually going to test those waters before Dex gets on there. I'm taking the Packers, and I'll tell you why. I think Aaron Rodgers got something to prove. Devontae Adams is fully healthy. I think Adam Lazard, the number 2 receiver, is going to come in strong. 6'4", big body. You're going to hear of him soon. I think Aaron Jones had a stellar year last year. He might not have the same exact year, but he will pick up where he left off. Jamal Williams will be a great backup to that. They also drafted a young rookie in the second round who they're planning on spelling in. But I think the wide receiving core has 2 years to fully MVS. Marquise Valdez-Scantling is going to be great. And the defense as well. We got Jair Alexander. We got the 2 Zadarius Smith and
Preston Smith.
It's Preston Smith, the brothers, on either end on the D-line. They're crazy, honestly. They got a lot of sacks, both in the Pro Bowl. So I think they're stacked on both ends of the team. And I think the loss of Diggs, whether you kind of like the guy or not, it hurts Thielen, It really hurts him because he's going to get more attention from Zadarius Smith and maybe a safety over top. The man is projected right now for 5 catches, 75 yards, and 4.4 TD for 10.9 non-PPR points. Do we like that? Do we feel comfortable with that? What's going on? Are we touching or busting that?
I might bust this entire Packers offense.
You're busting the operation here.
Bust it up. I mean, there's a lot of... I'm hearing whispers in the waters that Aaron Rodgers is not too happy with his situation.
Really?
I mean,
Let's be honest, they're more than
whispers.
whispers.
A running back. They needed defense. They got an okay defense, but this Viking defense is something new.
It is. What was the piece that they just grabbed?
Yannick Ngakoue.
Love that guy. From the
Yeah.
Jags, the dude is an athletic freak. He hasn't made his name yet known to the common
Great
public.
pickup.
But it is a stellar pickup after losing Everson Griffin. The man is an absolute stud. So what I'm hearing from you, Ben, is you're touching the Minnesota Vikings.
Touching these Vikings. I mean, as you know,
Breaking news alert.
This just in! We've lost power.
We did lost power.
Yeah, we did lost power.
We lost power on that one.
And grammar. Both lost.
So just want a quick shout out to our tech team for bringing us back up to speed.
We actually had Bethany shoveling coal into a wind-powered stove outside to get the generator going, and we managed to save the pod data.
We really did.
Someone's getting fired after this.
And some people are getting blessed over the airwaves.
Tech team, Bethany in general, great job of getting a raise. Other people,
Promotion.
Promotion.
you're gonna see on our socials getting fired.
I'm seeing not intern anymore.
So with that, let's dive right back into
I
it.
think.
Where were we?
we?
I cannot
like
remember
Kirk
this.
Cousins, the man stating facts left and right. If he dies, he dies, he dies, he dies.
Wow.
I mean, that's a man without, a reason.
Like,
Right.
is this
That's a man without-
Sunday night or Spartan versus
Exactly.
the Persians? I love
What's
this.
this? What are we playing here? This is the game of football, and he's all locked in. I like the look of it. I like Adam Thielen.
I'm
Really?
gonna throw out a new name. Cutthroat Kirk.
Cutthroat Kirk.
That's gonna stick.
That's gonna stick.
I'm smelling a hashtag.
So what do you like about Thielen? I read off his numbers too. We lost Diggs there, but they did get Justin Jefferson, the LSU product, who put up huge numbers all last year and was a big component as to why Joe Burrow and the Tigers won the championship last year. Do we think that's going to help Thielen? Do you think he's going to fill in the role for
I
Diggs?
see, Kirk and Thielen have been playing together for a little bit.
Right.
Thielen had his career year with Kirk Cousins, and now Kirk Cousins coming out saying he doesn't care.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing that you got to take into consideration. Why were the Patriots so good? Why are any of these dynasties great? It's stability and consistency at key
Right.
positions. You look at the Vikings, they've lost Diggs, but they've maintained a big group of core guys that have shown that they can win football games.
Yeah, I mean, they lost Everson Griffin too, but they replaced him with Yannick Ngakoue.
Who we all love.
We
Who's
love,
handsome.
You don't see that same stability in Green Bay.
Right.
True.
Let's just-
Green Bay's been a mess for years.
Can we just talk about, real quick, the most handsome man on that whole team, besides Kirk, who we all know is just literally a stunning angel? Let's talk about Dalvin Cook.
Abdominal muscles.
The man had 250 touches last year, 1,135, and 13 touchdowns. That's not accounting for catches. The man is projected for 18 touches, 78 yards, and 0.7 touchdowns. And that's not including catches, like I said before. What are we expecting from this guy?
Let me just remind everyone, we also love this man socially.
We do
Love this man
loyal
socially.
above all.
Loyalty.
And this guy had an amazing year last year.
He did.
He's a must-have in all fantasy formats, of course. And this Packers defense is very shaky. They got Kenny Clark down there in the trenches, but besides that, I don't really know anyone.
I haven't been scared of a Packers defense since Clay Matthews, I'll say it.
I'm going to tap in real quick to a little buzz on the media outlets. Apparently, Dalvin Cook, the word around the league is he's very eager to get out there and play.
Of course he is.
People have been questioning him for years.
Right.
In terms of injury, in terms of contract. This guy just wants to get out there and prove that he is what he was last year.
Exactly. So I think we could just slap on our favorite label, touch, touch, touch. Where are you going to touch this man, Dex?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm getting out some spandex gloves, some spandex shoes, like those ones you wear at crime scenes when there's been a recent murder. I'm putting 20 appendages on this man.
Oh,
All 20.
all 20.
21
20
possibly.
bomb.
It could be a 21.
It's an RBD for...
You're putting 20 or 21 appendages?
I don't want to violate our friends at PBS, but all I'm going to say is wink, wink, blackjack.
Bust. Just kidding. So with that, if anyone else would like to touch Dalvin Cook, send us a message, and we might tweet at him saying your fans are waiting to touch you.
Let's just fanboy out on D Cook, honestly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fully that.
Real big deal loves D Cook.
We'll simp.
I'm simping for this man.
I've always sent.
So 21 appendages, we're touching him with it. So a segment that we've got a lot of love for last week that we unveiled. I'm telling you, people were calling us in from, out of state, out of country, saying we love you guys for this segment. We want to add our own little spin to it. So send us a little DM. Bets. We're gonna put in our bets for this weekend, ending on Monday. So I'm gonna dive right into mine. I'm gonna go real easy, classy with it, not to get too crazy. DK Metcalf, I'm expecting him to get a touchdown. So who wants to take me on that?
You know what that silence is? An absolute lack of fear.
Oh,
That shit is happening.
okay. So if he does not get a touchdown, You're taking a spin.
It'll be a first spin for me. And honestly, I relish the opportunity to not have that opportunity.
It's a lot of things.
Look, the man wants to spin clearly. He knows he's losing his bet. So that's for me. We got one taker on that. Let's hop over to you, Ben. What's your bet?
I mean, we all know I'm a big Steelers guy.
Yeah.
There's no hiding that. The Steelers play Monday night against the Giants. Big Ben's return.
Okay.
I'm very hyped on this. I'm seeing the Steelers win by 2 or more touchdowns this week.
Oh.
What do you think?
Remind me who they're playing, the Giants?
The Giants. At the Giants.
Oh. But what does that mean anymore? Really?
Great point.
2 or more?
Any takers?
I'll take you on that.
You'll take me on
Take it on that bet.
over
Which side
under?
are you? Which side
I'm
are
taking
you?
under.
Under 2 touchdowns.
If it's not less than 2 touchdowns.
I'm taking a spin.
Yeah. And if it's more than 2, if it's 2 or more, I'm taking the spin.
Yes.
So let's hop over to our last bet from
Just
the human.
let me just clarify. Apologies. If the Steelers lose, does that also count?
No.
What?
Wait, yes. I mean, that has to count.
That has
Okay,
to-
just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to hop over to the human algorithm, see what kind of bet he's cooking up.
I'm
As
scared
you
of
know, here, people sometimes say that algorithms can be biased. This algorithm is entirely biased here at RBD Socials. We love TB.
Wow, we'll go back to him.
Wow.
I'm coming straight at Drew Brees' neck. Who's getting the higher QBR?
Wow, that's a tough bet.
Wait, what side are you taking?
I mean, I would prefer to be on TV, but I'll take either side.
I'm taking Drew.
Oh!
And I'm taking you up all
Tommy
day,
boy,
every day.
get the Burt's Bees ready. We are touching people's foreheads.
Drew, wipe that forehead of yours. You're not going to want that.
I cannot wait to just glorify my victory on that.
I can't wait to get 2 more spins. That's what I'm excited for.
I can't wait to finally not spin and finally not do the ALS bucket challenge.
Oh, I cannot wait. Guys, just a reminder, we're going to be filming this shortly. Jump on our socials and watch it go down.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please. I'll do it for the follow. Follow for follow, please. I'll do the bucket challenge every night if you guys follow. Hopping into our last segment here. Here at The Real Big Deal, we're guys with emotions. We're not like your usual Miami rats that just kind of run the streets, oblivious to anything emotional, don't feel sadness, anger, fear. We have all those things. We're human.
Miami, show those rats some love. Get some emotions going.
Seriously, talk to them, get to know them because they feel
Know your neighbor, know your lovers.
they feel imperfect.
Wow, well said.
So at the RBD,
At the same time, every one of those guys at the same time.
Touch of us at the same time.
Okay.
but here at the RBD, we want to just let you in on our personal lives, which is why we're introducing a segment called Way Too Personal of the Week.
Way too personal.
If someone in the RBD, me, Ben, or Dexter, just have something they need to get off their chest, we're here as an echo chamber to just hear him and just let him spill, and we'll comment on it and tell him, give him advice.
Help each other.
Exactly. We just want to help him out.
we talked the talk with Dak about being open and honest. We're gonna walk the walk here.
Exactly.
Let's throw some
So with
shit
that,
out there.
let's dive in. Do any of you guys have something you need to get off your chest?
Let me just break something down here.
Yeah.
Recently had Memorial Day weekend. I don't think I left my bed. I think it was about 50 hours that I stayed in my bed consecutively. I was watching NFL clips on YouTube, watching Hard Knocks, time passed. What does this mean for me?
I'm worried
We've
about.
all been there, though.
I'm worried about that. And
Is this normal behavior or is this a crisis in the making?
I'm worried about your sheets more than anything.
That's a concern of mine. That is
Like,
definitely a concern of
were-
mine.
are those
Those
sheets-
overused sheets. We know that at this point.
Have you washed those sheets? We could
Not
table
been
that.
washed.
We could table
They've
that
not been
because
washed.
we know they're unwashed. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about you, of course, obviously, and that's just something I want to tap into.
Is this feeling of normalcy just a mirage?
I think it's denial,
Wow.
and I don't want to be too crazy.
I
about
do
that.
think I have a solution to this problem, though.
Talk to us.
Oof.
I think maybe potentially we all need to spend a day in your bed.
You cannot judge me until you've tried it.
Exactly. I don't know. I haven't been in your mindset. I
Right.
haven't been there. I
It is
haven't
a
lived it.
comfy bed.
I've seen
I'm
your
saying
credenza.
There's space for 3.
I don't want to
Yeah.
flex, but
I
there's
think-
a credenza.
I think just so we kind of make sure everyone's on the same page. We're all 3 getting in that bed and spending 50 hours. Not solo.
Easily.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Look, I want to put on Sunday football and watch 7
Covers
hours
up
of
to
it.
the chin.
Right.
Barbecue plate on lap.
You're right.
And face mask on.
We will be cycling the face mask in and out with each boneless wing.
And I just want everyone to know, just to kind of build a narrative and an image in your head, Dexter has a gorgeous ancient credenza in his room where it holds up books, it holds up a TV of his. It's just, you walk in your room and you immediately notice it. It kind of captivates you.
Actually, it's tough to talk about. You know, a dark web group recently gave me the choice, like, we're abducting your family or taking this credenza. I don't know. I'm still tracking down if this is part of the Wayfair conspiracy.
Right.
Had to give him the family.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Yeah, I'm
You
locking
can't
up.
look at
You just give him the wife
I'm
and kids.
running a dangling fingernail on that credenza, and just everything's gonna be
So you gave him the
alright.
wife and kids.
Of course. Not a thought in my head.
Both kids or just one kid?
Had to keep Tommy
Of course.
for collateral.
So with that, I think we want to leave you with, in terms of Dex's scenario, let people in your bed, let them try it out. If you're staying in bed too long, it might be the credenza.
You know, this is way too personal. I think our message here is you want to get way too personal with your boys.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a crucial aspect of it all, and it helps everything.
Right. I feel alleviated.
I heard that
Is that a
this was
word?
actually cut from Hard Knocks, but the triple marinade, you know, to cement that team chemistry and everything, has been proven by psychologists to be incredibly beneficial. So, I'm
So we'll
looking
let you
forward
know
to
how
that.
this goes.
We're just going to marinate in the bed with Dexter and see if we can get anything out of him.
I like that.
So that's it for episode 4. I just want to touch on this quickly. Just the amount of love that we're getting on each episode. I don't know if
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys.
I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but I certainly have. I've been getting texts, DMs, fan letters, and pictures of you guys. It's incredible. It's what keeps me going. I'm sure it's what keeps you guys going as well.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Keep following us on socials. Like I plugged the socials in the beginning of the episode. Follow us. We'll follow you back. And just be prepared for the next episode. Thank you guys so much.
Keep an eye out as well. We got an ALS Ice Bucket Challenge dropping on socials.
We got my hot
We
new
got-
single coming out too.
Perhaps the next Akon discovery going down tomorrow.
I mean that's low ball.
Lots to look out for. Real Big Deal 8 on Twitter, Real Big Deal Podcast, Instagram. You don't want to miss this.
You're not gonna miss this. You're not gonna miss it. I know it.
Thank you guys.